I'm Kamal, and I would like to welcome everybody to ABC's Ergonomics Training video on team mental workload. Myself, Allie, and Brittany will be leading the training session today. Please have a pen and pencil ready to fill out the provided information sheet as the video progresses, as well as to answer the questions that will be asked throughout the presentation. Adjust your sound and audio settings accordingly. Feel free to pause or rewind the video if necessary. The first part of our presentation will be describing what team mental workload is. Teams in the workplace are used to alleviate the bulk of the tasks too big for one individual to accomplish. Group members work independently toward a shared common goal. The conceptualization of team workload is developed from the application of individual workload concepts. Workload is defined as the index of available resources relative to the demand of the task. Performance often deteriorates if the demand exceeds the available resources. Observe the following YouTube clips and brainstorm factors that would influence the incredible team mental workload, and how do you think they could improve working cohesively?
India Golf 909er transmitting in the blind guard. Disengage, repeat, disengage!
Missiles, I'll do anything!
Too late. 15 years too late.
Friendly at 20 miles southwest of your position. Angels 10, track east. Disengage, over. Bye! You have to put a force field around the plane.
You said we weren't supposed to use our powers.
I know what I said. Listen to what I'm saying now. Disengage, repeat, disengage. Buddy spy, abort, abort! There are children aboard, say again, there are children aboard this...
No!
Put a field around us now!
I've never done one that big.
Violet, do it now! Abort, abort, abort! Abort, abort, abort!
Team workload consists of the workload demands associated with teamwork, taskwork, and requirements to time share task performance with team interaction. When team resources are imbalanced with environmental demands, team performance is optimized. When team tasks impose a workload demand that exceeds the team's ability to fulfill them, team coordination and performance may be diminished. Performance often deteriorates if the demand exceeds the available resources. Team members engage in two activities simultaneously in group settings. Team performance is a combination of stress work and teamwork. Task work can include interactions with tools, machines, and systems. Team workload is the exchange of information and communication to stress performance. Team members must consider the requirements for interaction and coordination with demands imposed by performing their assigned tasks. Examples of mental tasks: active and passive visual tasks, problem recognition and diagnosis, formulation and implementation of team interactions, prioritization of team interactions, complex, extensive, and integrated multifaceted communication, remembering to do things, making prompt decisions based on the integration of experience and understanding of current situations, coping with unexpected events. team can be implicit or explicit. Implicit coordination is the ability of a team to act without overt communication. Explicit coordination is when members openly discuss plans of action. Communication is vital for completion of a task when there are 2 degrees of how information can be exchanged. High communication may result in overload. Low communication could hinder performance because members of the team are not as engaged. Support within a team also includes providing and keeping a system as backup when needed. Both leadership and support work at assisting the performance of members. In the next section, we will be describing subjective and objective techniques to measure team member workload. The measurements are done independently, but the results can be combined to determine overall team member workload. Although it is possible to administer both subjective and objective techniques to assess team member workload, characteristics of team environments clearly favor self-assessment techniques over others. Use of subjective workload ratings are more practical in team environments than objective measures. Now that you know what team member workload is, we will be discussing the tools used to evaluate it. Look at the tools fall into 3 categories of performance-based measures, subjective measures, and physiological measures, which we will be explaining in more detail as the changes in this progression. Now we will be exploring how to determine what type of measures to use. It is important to determine the accuracy, reliability, validity, sensitivity, time, intrusiveness, operator acceptance, and predictability of the measures to ensure that the results are most effective. Accuracy must mirror changes in workload. Reliability must limit workload each time the measure is used. Validity must be dependent on workload. Sensitivity must affect changes in workload. Time depends on when the measure is used. Intrusiveness refers to the fact that some measures can be distracting or uncomfortable for the user. Operator acceptance means the person must accept the measure, and predictability, which is determined workload per measure. We should also determine what type of data needs to be collected. If this data is for consistent use data, if data only necessary at certain intervals, or if data needs to be written, visual, or auditory. Determine the use of collecting, processing, and analyzing the results. Determine the cost of the measure and time necessary to present a measurement. For maximum accuracy, it is necessary to use multiple resources in combination. For example, you can combine massive CLS with heart rate, which we will be explaining later on. It is recommended that one measure must be continuous, one measure be taken after the training experiment, and one measure be taken after the experiment for the most accurate results. Now we will be exploring performance-based measures. Performance-based measures are based on the assumption that any increase in task difficulty will lead to an increase in stimulus, which will decrease performance. Performance measurement of workload relies on examining the capacity of an individual by means of primary and secondary tasks. A primary task measures the workload based on the capability to perform the main task. Speed, accuracy, reaction time, and error rates are often used to assess primary tasks. A secondary task is additional to the measure of primary task. A secondary task measures the difference between the mental capacity consumed by the primary task and the total available capacity. For a secondary task to be used, less importance must be placed on it than the primary task. Advantages of performance-based measures are that primary task performance offers a direct measure of performance. Primary task measures are particularly effective when measuring workload in tasks that are linked to duration. Primary and secondary task performance measures are easy to use and the data gathered are easy to analyze. Secondary task measures are effective in continuous experience assessing performance alone. Now we will discuss the disadvantages of performance-based measures. The sensitivity of primary and secondary task measures may be questionable. For example, primary task measures alone may not be able to distinguish between different levels of workload, particularly minimal ones. Operators may still be able to achieve the same performance levels under different workload conditions. When used in isolation, primary task measures have limited reliability. Secondary task measures are highly intrusive to primary task performance. Great care is required during the design and selection of the secondary task to use. The analyst must ensure that the secondary task competes for the same resources as the primary task. Extra work and resources are required in developing the secondary task performance measures. Primary and secondary tasks need to be used together to be effective. It might be expensive as simulators, and computers are often required. Next, we will be examining the subjective measures of workload. Subjective measures of workload are based on use of rankings or scales used to measure the amount of workload a person is feeling, devoted to question and answer responses from a subject. The two main scales used to measure subjective workload measurements are unidimensional and multidimensional. A unidimensional scale measures only one dimension and gives an overall workload rating. They provide no diagnostic information about the source of the workload. Subjective measures can be used as a screening test as they are administered easily and do not require much time. Unidimensional ratings can also be applied much easier while performing a task. Multidimensional ratings have multi-subscales, and examples of a multi-dimensional workload measurement would be massive TLS. Several types of subjective measures exist as massive TLS, SWOT, modified Cooper-Harper scale, overall workload scale, sequential judgment scale, Viper scale, and subjective workload dominance techniques are all examples. Brittany will be giving a detailed look into massive TLS and SWOT later on. Now we will be examining the advantages of subjective workload. In these subjective workloads, scales often show the highest validity. Minimal costs are associated as data may be recorded by observer, video, keyboard entry, superintent. It is very easy to implement. It can be applied to a wide range of tasks. It is non-intrusive as opposed to some physiological measures, which will be examined later on. And it is very technical. Some disadvantages of